Okay, we're live. Let's do a quick audio check as always. Okay, we're live. Let's do a quick audio check as always. Okay, sounds pretty good. Alright, hello and welcome everyone. I am Ducky O'Brien. I'm on my channel Archivers. I know the branding is a little confusing. It doesn't matter. I make Astroneer content. Today we're continuing our weekly stream of making a resource creator. I'm trying to create something that will make resources at the click of a button. So this is my biggest project yet. When I'm done with it, I may post it on Reddit. I deleted my Reddit account because I don't want anything to do with Reddit, but I want the upvotes, the call. Anyways, what's up? What's up, Gray? Chocolate Rain? That's a really old meme. Alright. Thanks for dropping by, man. I remember, man, today, well, I think it's still Saturday for you, right? Have some fun, man. Have some fun. You don't have to watch my stream. I'll take a lurk, you know. Go and do something fun, man. Time is very precious. Enjoy your weekend. I think I'll play No Man's Sky after my lunch break too. I want to look at pets. Anyways, our project here, my biggest production line yet, I'm planning it out in creative mode, and then I will build the same thing. Saturday, 7 p.m. Nice. The night is young. So here we're gonna have a chessboard with resources on it. You click the button, it'll poop out those resources onto a container, and then when you press it, it'll stop. We have the storage unit here. I have medium resource canisters just to shunt off resources to a different location or for logic purposes. This is not necessary. In fact, you could replace even the storage unit with just one auto arm. You can simplify it. What's up, Yoshi Gamer? Hello, and how are you doing this fine Saturday? Alright. They made the game load faster on PS4. Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, they optimized resource nuggets. They did a lot of behind the scenes optimization so that it'll run a lot faster, it'll load faster, and you can have a bigger save file, and it'll still run slightly okay. Doing good. It's good to hear, my dude. But yeah, as always, I'm just going over a brief overview of my production line before I get into it. But yeah, this is just here for additional logic. It's not necessary. I may change it up. You know what? Let's remove all the parts we don't need when we build it for our actual base. Yeah, I don't think I need this either. Actually, I do need storage, but yeah, let's get rid of this too. Talking about both, I'm gonna do No Man's Sky as well. I'm gonna get rid of everything here. I'm gonna replace this entire thing with one auto arm, and then because I want the storage unit to be just one large platform C with 4 LRCs. Anyways, you can ignore all this. I'm gonna replace this with an auto arm. This is the most important part. I might replace it with a LRC, so I have some temporary buffer of resources. Anyways, this is the production side. It's all scrap based. So this is how you do it. If you're using resin, let's say, 4 scrap completely fill up the trade platform, because for every 1 scrap you get 2 resin. So what I do is I have a buffer with 4 empty slots in it. Put a storage sensor on it, and it's attached to the trade platform. The arm loading the scrap from the buffer to the trade platform, and then the arm loading the scrap from the scrap storage to the buffer. And these arms are always in opposite states. So if this is on, this one is off. If this one is on, this one is off. And how it works is you turn this on and it'll load the scrap here. and then it'll shut this arm off, it'll turn this one on, and it'll activate the trade platform, but it's empty. It'll already be in space on its way back down. And then when this is down, it'll start loading the trade platform up. And then when this is empty, it shuts this arm off and turns it on and reloads the buffer. Same thing happens. One thing you need to do is you need to preload a scrap on the trade platform, because as soon as the last scrap is gone from this buffer, it'll activate the trade platform. So you're gonna have it stuck on this arm like this. You have a fan? You're gonna stream No Man's Sky on Twitch or YouTube? I'm gonna do it on YouTube. I don't know. I kind of like streaming on YouTube. It's more chill. Like, people don't want to interact as much. Twitch, you know, there's a lot of interactions going on. YouTube's just people watching, and you know, I'm okay with that. Also, for another thing is I want to make more content for YouTube, but it takes a long time to create a build. People don't realize this, but it may take, you know, like maybe 40 hours to do like a hard build, and you know, that's like one video every few months. So I'll just stream it on YouTube, and then people can watch it if they're interested in how it's made. I have a record of me making it. I have proof, you know, that I made it. And then I'll release the short video that people can watch if they want to. Why you like kind of watching streams in 720p? Gotcha. I'm glad you can watch in 720p. All right, we have the scrap buffer here, scrap storage, and then we have scrap production here. Okay, that's what we made so far. It's based off of soil, obviously, so it's almost fully automated. You have to gather the soil yourself, but as far as I know, in Astroneer, it is not possible to collect soil automatically. Okay, so from the soil to the resource is gonna be fully automated. We have 3 centrifuges here making resin. Although 2 is the bottleneck here. If you have 3, you overproduce resin. So I think what we're gonna do here is I'm gonna flip this one here and repeat it. Lurk? Alright. Have a nice dinner, man. Thank you for the lurk, man. Well, let's adjust the scrap production side. Also, I would like to point out that lately, since I'm getting more views on my Astroneer stuff, I'm getting some really questionable comments every once in a while where they're like, oh, the title of your video is wrong because it's not fully automated. And I'm like, I clearly label it from the starting stage to the end stage. So I say like soil to scrap, you know. And some dude wrote, hey, this has nothing to do with soil. And I'm like, bro, did you not watch the video? I'm literally using soil. I place it on the centrifuge to spin it. And yeah, when you get a little bit larger, you do start to get some like illogical and unnecessary hate, and I don't understand it. But haters gonna hate. What can you do, right? Thankfully, a lot of commenters left messages on that comment saying, yo, you're kind of dumb. Then one guy timestamped me loading the soil onto the centrifuge. And I'm like, thank you that there are still people with some common sense. It honestly did not make any logical sense as to why people were saying that. But yeah, I got a lot of comments like that. And I don't like, either they don't play the game or they're just trying to advertise their own YouTube channel or stream or whatnot. I'm like, I'm kind of tired of people coming into my channel just to pimp their own channel, you know, or their own content. So it's a wee bit frustrating. On top of that, I get a lot of spam comments from bots. So if I deleted a comment of yours by accident, it's because I thought it was a bot. Alright, just letting you guys know. That's rare. I think I only did it 2 times by accident, and then I was like, oh, I can't undo it. All right. I'm gonna mirror this. Put it here. Yeah. Yeah, it doesn't make sense though. I don't get it. Just ranting there a little bit to get it off my chest. Because I am not the kind of guy to use clickbait or lie to you guys when I make a video. The title should be self-explanatory. I don't use clickbait ever. I don't use really dumb thumbnails. I always try to put images from what I'm making into my thumbnail. If I'm doing games coverage, I take a screenshot from the actual gameplay that's shown in the video. Sometimes I might show like overlay it with like concept art because I think it looks cool. I did that a few times, but yeah, like every time I label something, I label it accurately as possible. So it really bugs me when people say stuff like that. But what can you do? You can't please everyone, and their argument is logical to begin with, so you can't really convince them with logic at all. That's the hard part. Even if you're like, hey, I'm clearly doing what I'm saying, they won't be convinced otherwise, and what can you do, right? It's not much. But yeah, like I don't ask for subs or anyone to like the video because I trust the people watching. Like if they want to do it, they're gonna do it. If they don't want to do it, they're not gonna do it. Me asking for it is not gonna change anything. Also, it's kind of like a little bit whiny, you know? It's a little bit like you're being a choosy beggar almost. If you're offering something of value for free, then you shouldn't want anything in return. Otherwise, you should have some kind of pay gate to your content if that's what you want. But yeah, I feel like YouTube is screwing over smaller creators though. I feel like the sub count is actually artificially low, in my opinion. I feel like they're reporting a lower count than what's actually going on so that you can't get partnered unless you hit a certain threshold. Yeah, it feels like that's the case. I could be totally wrong here, but that's what I'm guessing right now. I'm just saying I don't have a lot of faith in YouTube to treat content creators right. I mean, they did like recently say they'll play advertisements on creators' videos and not give them any part of the revenue, and I think that's really dirty. If you're making money off of someone and it's their hard work, it's their blood, sweat, and tears, you should definitely give them some of it, you know? Especially when we're doing all the work, we're making the content, we're trying to market it, because it ain't easy to discover content on YouTube. So you have to work really hard. I don't know, seems like a dystopia, you know? That said, I'm doing this because I want to do it, so... It'd be nice though if you were like kind of treated a little bit better and like acknowledged for what you're doing. That's all. It's not a lot that people are asking for. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to connect this, and this is proving to be more difficult than it should be. Just do that then. There we go. Okay. Okay. Oh, wait, that arm is nowhere near. Should still, yeah, I should still put it in there though, so. Okay. And the question is, how fast will this go with two of these? The pet update is a lot of fun. Just say if you want me to explain it. Yeah, sure, dude. Hit me up. I don't know how it works. I read the changelog, the patch notes, but you know. Oh no, I moved it. Oh, frick. Ah, man. You know what? It is actually a little bit better. Yeah. I can cover more ground with this, I think. I'll lock that in place. Like, the lock mechanism is both fantastic and also slightly annoying. It's like when you forget it's not locked, you're like, ah. Okay. Let's see the bottlenecking, if there are any. Oh. Okay. Actually, we don't need these. The backside should be bare. Oh, I forgot about soil canisters. Whoops. Yeah, also I'd like to hear your opinion on it. I'm always interested in what people think. Okay, 3, 6 now. Okay. Let us see the rate at which we print now. See, a production line that's efficient requires load balancing, so just checking bottlenecks, you're not overproducing or underproducing anything, you're fully utilizing everything in your production line. This one cannot reach this. Like, oh, weird, it goes into that printer. Okay, we can fix this in a very easy way. There it is. Should be medium printer. Looking for the storage silo. Yep. Can use a small one. And then this should... There you go. Oh, weird. It can reach that, but it... Okay. There's some verticality to it, but yeah. This should make it a little bit better now. It's still only really... Wait, why isn't this one working? No wonder. Okay. Alright. Is this not set? Let me just check real quick. Why isn't this printing? Ah. Small canister. Okay. Let's just see if we have a overabundance of resin with this setup here. We don't. Wow, 2 printers is all we need, actually. Yeah, this is not a bad setup, actually. Okay, I'm okay with this. What's up, Coco? Made it this time, nice. Thank you for dropping by, man. Appreciate it. Alright, let me read what Zaga wrote. In the beginning, you have 2 pet slots. Okay. To have more pets, you need a lot of nanites. Max number is 6, but how do you actually get pets? I hear you ask. Well, how do you get pets? I hear you ask. Take 3 easy steps. You take creature pellets and feed animals. Okay. And every 24 hours you can get 1 egg from the pet. Wow, that sounds really simple. I like that. Alright, looks like this is going actually pretty okay. Is this one? Hold on, is this one working? Hold on, let me check this arm real quick. Ah, this arm and this arm, they are not working. But I see, it's because they deposit on this side first and this arm's turned off. What the heck is going on? You know what I kind of want? Like a super flat storage. Like a wide storage. Like it goes horizontal, like horizontal priority. So like it starts putting resources in the slot and it just goes straight through, so the load is more distributed. I can't help this. I might have to redesign this part. I might just have to use 2 straight medium silos. If you want a robot dog, I'll tell you how when you get it. When you stream Gacha. This changed a lot. Last time I was here, I only remember this well center if you set up Gacha. Yeah, I changed it so that I can increase efficiency. Basically, when I was using just 1, I had 3 originally, but I was overproducing resin. Alright, compared to the amount I can print. So I made it 2. It's working a lot better. And then I just doubled the output. I just made 2 of them. And right now, it's going pretty well. Wouldn't it need more auto armor coverage since it's wider? Not really. So the problem that I'm running into right now is, so I have coverage here, which is great. I cover this side. The problem is they dump the resin on this side. So I need to have all 4 arms be able to reach this side. But that said, it's not slowing it down too much, so... See? This arm can't reach here, so this part's a little bit slow. But the most important part is, can I remove all the resin before new resin is printed? That is the only thing I really need to worry about. I'm gonna lower the game sound a little bit, and I just noticed it's pretty darn loud with the shredders going on. Just dip it a little bit in OBS. Okay. So that's okay. So for efficiency, basically every time new resin is spun, the old resin should be depleted. Otherwise, you're overproducing or underutilizing. Sorry, your transfer speed is too slow. Okay. Okay. Yeah, this is okay. Now we're okay. I think if you're talking about the shredders, you're absolutely right. We need more arms here. We need more arms here because look at, if this builds up, that means we're loading it too slow. So we're gonna have to double the amount of shredders we have, or at least increase it by a little bit, so that by the time the first batch of canisters are done and new ones being printed, there should be nothing left over. So that's how you kind of do load efficiency at a glance for Astroneer. Because otherwise you're gonna have an overabundance. You're like, if I was transferring this too slow, resin would start building up and then it'll fill the storage and then these won't spin anymore. So you're slowing it down. That means you're producing way more resin than you need, or you're transferring it too slow. And also same here, like if I start building up canisters, it's gonna cause power flows. It's gonna spread out. This happened before, but it'll spread out like over here, and then I won't be able to grab it, and I have to do it manually. And I don't want to touch this production line other than dumping in soil at the very beginning. So, we'll have you're right here. We have to put more arms here. We need more shredders. I may just build. I need to reroute it into here. That's the annoying part. All right, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay, so far though I'm happy with this. I may change up some things here. Like, this is unnecessary, it's useless. I thought it would transfer the scrap over out to like the LRCs that are emptied, but it doesn't do that. So like, why am I even doing this? You know, if it's not necessary, cut it out. So I'm probably gonna cut this out here. I'm gonna replace it with one LRC just as a buffer, so I have scrap on hand. Same thing with this. I'm gonna cross this out. I'm gonna replace it with one LRC here. Same thing here. I'm gonna cross this out and replace it with one medium resource canister, just to have a buffer and a little bit of extra wiggle space for logic. What's up, Argus? Dang, you got emotes on YouTube too. But yeah. So one trick that I did, you got a nipple pad. I saw the nipple pad. It was disturbing. It looked like a giant nipple. One side note here that's kind of interesting. This arm will now load onto this platform, but once you put this on, it'll load on these slots. So verticality increases coverage, and I put this silo here just in case it was missing out. So we should be good. On this side, we gotta improve this though. Okay. All right, let's. Okay. I think one more shredder would help. We'll test it out though. Okay. All right. This part is gonna be just a little bit annoying, but you know, also load balancing here is a little bit annoying. So if this was working the way it should be, all of these LRCs should be roughly equal. But if you look here, the left one is getting the most scrap. This one is getting the least. This one's being transferred over here, so that's why it has 0. So it's kind of interesting. You would think it's even. That means that this arm is picking up more from this to the canisters. You guys spread it out. Why did they even make a big nipple creature? I don't know, man. I don't know. I kind of want a pineapple creature as a pet though, so I may get one of those. Okay, let's get a shredder. By the way, yo Argus, they added pets into No Man's Sky and it's pretty dope. They do things for you like scan resources. I got a better idea with this. I'm gonna get the pineapple pet. I think that's probably the funniest one to me is the pineapple. It's literally a pineapple. I wish you could, you know, I'm gonna block this side with compound. There's a lot of things they can do to improve automated production. Okay. I gave a suggestion, but they didn't read it. I'm so sad. It would be life-changing. The thing that I suggested was being able to switch inputs on modules. So like, you know, it's set to resin, right? If I can use a button repeater to change this here and change this, this is not as important. Well, it depends on the production line, but the main thing is if I could change this with buttons, with logic, it would be so much more useful. Because I don't have to make separate production lines for each resource that I'm trying to spin. You know, trade platforms. It would be life changing. All right. So yeah, I'm gonna cover more area here. So yeah, all right, looks good. I kind of want to catch the overflow, so let's not put it too close. Okay. Alright, looks good. That's gonna drop it off in the shredder. Alright. Personally got Astroneer because of auto. Yeah! You like making redstone creations in Minecraft. Nice, dude. I bet you feel a little bit limited with the automation in Astroneer because there's not a lot you can do with it. It's still fun. I think Minecraft Redstone is, you know, there's a lot more flexibility and power there, but, you know, I'll take what I can get. Also, huge respect to Minecraft. Like, the more I don't play a lot of it at all. You know, only when people ask me to play with them, but the more you look into it, you realize how deep the systems are in Minecraft. But can I lock this platform down? Your robo-dog just poop real poop? That he's trying to fit in. He's trying to pretend to be a human. By the way, if you're wondering why I put compound here, it's because I don't want any scrap going into here. It's just gonna be a waste. Compound is the resource that I don't use in my production lines, so I use it as a filler, just a blocker. Then it won't go there. So, okay, let's get a silo in here. I kind of want to play. What was that game called again? Man. Nani the Heck? I gotta make a review on that game. That game's pretty decent. It grows on you quite a bit. Okay. At first I was really annoyed at... Oh, that's not what I want. Whenever the lady said Nani the Heck, but then it just... everything just grows on you for that game. Sad the PS4 version can't... yes, can't run the latest version very well. Definitely, the bigger your save file gets, the slower it runs. For sure. I think I still appreciate what they're doing here because Astroneer has no save file limits. Like No Man's Sky has a limit on the amount of bases you can build. Like the total number of bases and the parts allowed in each base. But Astroneer, they're like, screw it, you can do whatever you want. As long as the machine that you're playing on can handle it. So that's a positive. Okay, see, these get stuck here because it's just too much and starts piling up. Let's see if one arm makes a difference. Load testing you kind of have to do yourself. You can do the math by calculating the rate at which you're outputting canisters. You can just literally count how many canisters you're making per minute or per second, and then look at how many canisters you're shredding per minute or per second, and then compare the two rates, and then divide it by 3 or 4 because I have 4 arms here. And then you know roughly the rate at which each arm will transfer the canisters, and then you can increase the amount of arms until it matches that rate. So you can do this in a mathematical fashion without having to, you know, kind of guess. That'll save you guys a lot of time. But guess what? I'm lazy, so I'm just going to do it this way. Don't judge me. All right, no problem, man. You're gonna go study. That's very responsible of you. Best of luck with studying, dude. Thanks for dropping by. I appreciate it. Appreciate it a lot. Being responsible is important. I always say real life over internet life. Also, you know, I think I'm gonna be streaming for about another hour now. You know, I would feel bad if someone actually watched the entire thing intently without doing anything else, because as I grow older, time is the most important resource you have. So it's the weekend. You know, hope you guys are having fun out there, or being responsible and studying like Coco here. You know. But yeah, that's the paradox of trying to create content, right? You want people to watch it, but at the same time you don't, because it's wasting time. It's a all things in good measure, like small quantities. They're conflicted. There are the moral implications as well of like, am I doing the right thing by making this piece of content? Okay, that arm's not loading at all. I can risk to have it closer. We're not gonna be in danger here. I'm gonna move this closer. Okay. Yeah, this has to be way closer. Okay. Also, Argus, man, I always appreciate you dropping by. I really do. Appreciate the support. It means a lot to me. Okay. This is a lot better now. Although this one doesn't get fed much, so... Oh no, it loads it onto here. Uh-oh. That is a huge problem. Wait, do I even need this then? Can this arm grab the scrap? You can't. Whoa, man. Okay, that is... I did not encounter... I did not consider this possibility here. Hmm. 1 second, fellas. I wish I could lock a storage unit to one resource and be like, you can only input this or output this from this storage. No, I can use an MRC. That would help. Okay. No, it doesn't fit. It doesn't fit this. Okay, we'll move this arm closer now. Let's see. I think that should touch the scrap. Yeah. It doesn't quite touch this though. Hmm. Okay. Let's move this just a teeny bit. Move this just a teeny bit. Okay. Yeah, okay, that's good enough now. Alright, we'll swap that out with just the medium platform. Large platform A. We'll do that. Or it's still being bottlenecked. There's no space to put a shredder there. It's gonna get a little weird to wiggle stuff out. I mean, just stay away from overproducing canisters. I think if I have one more shredder, it should be okay. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's accumulating too fast. So it's okay. Oh yeah, I don't think it's accumulating. Seems to be staying at a constant rate here, or very close to it. I could add one additional shredder just to be safe. Mental note to myself. Add one more shredder. I can position it in such a way where the arms don't have access to a certain storage. You know what would be handy? Oh, if I just rotate this platform 90 degrees, it would help. Because then I'll have storage behind the shredder that the arm won't have access to if I position it correctly. And then I can just grab it off of that. Yeah, and we don't need another one. It's actually shredding it faster than it can produce. It shrank a little bit. Alright, so one more shredder is too efficient, but having one less shredder is less than efficient. Which means that, again, if you're doing the math, you can break it down into number of canisters produced per minute and the number of canisters shredded per minute. And then balance that so it matches perfectly. You don't have to go to that extent, but you do want to decrease the difference as much as possible so that you don't overproduce or underproduce anything. Right now we're pretty good, so we'll leave it as is. Need a cool name for a robo-dog. Just call it robo-dog. You know, it sounds like RoboCop, but it's a dog. I think that's pretty cool. If you ask me. You can call it Murph. Murphy. The dude from RoboCop. Okay. Alright, we're done with this. We're done with this now. This is, we tweaked it enough. Okay. Now we're gonna build the... We have to build this side of the production line. We have to design the part that uses alloys. So that is gonna be difficult. But I have an idea, fellas. I have an idea. Yeah, I'm gonna axe this. I don't think I need an LRC here because I have LRCs here, so that's redundant. It's a waste. I'm gonna change this with one MRC. I'm gonna change this with one MRC too. Oh, and then I had an idea because I really want to do 1600 of each resource. So I want a extra large platform C with 4 LRCs on it. And then I'll have that across from here, and then I'll have a belt of arms that I can activate to load them. Or I can load them first here. I can just load the LRCs on my first run and just put it there as backup storage. Alright. Okay, so usually I use GIMP or MS Paint and I roughly sketch out my ideas because it saves time. Should we do that here? I don't want to show off my terrible drawing skills. It looks really bad, but okay. Kind of visualize it in my head. We're gonna need a bank of resources. Should we use LRCs? We'll use MRCs. I don't think we need... No, we'll use LRCs. I wish there was something bigger than MRC, but smaller than LRC. Because it's a little too big here. Okay. We're just gonna we're gonna lay it on the ground. Because I found out when they're on platforms, they just poop out all the resources everywhere. I don't want that to happen. Although if they're different, I could put it on a platform. Because it has nowhere to go. Alright, we can do that. Or use MRCs. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll do that. Okay. MRC, where are you at? What? Why is there... Oh, this is a storage unit? Tall storage? Really? I did not expect that. Where is the MRC? It's not in the large printer, right? It's the LRC, yeah. Oh, there it is. It's an automation. Weird. The auto arm is in the same category as MRC and gas can. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do. Where is that nice looking platform? Here we go. The extra large platform B. Okay. We're gonna orient this small trick I learned that I still use to this day from Exotic Kitten. I think she changed her name to Bun Bun, I think. I don't... Oh. Ah, no, stop. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, just snap it here. And then rotationally speaking, it'll be aligned, you know? The same direction. No, stop. Silly canisters. Okay. You can have it 90 degrees or 0, whatever you want. Okay, we're gonna fill up. You always use resource plants, by the way. Let's see. Let's look at all the alloys. Okay. We have to have alloy production up first, so we'll work backwards. Oh my goodness. Alright, we have 12. We have 12. Alright. Can we put diamond in an MRC? Can we put silicone in the MRC? Let me figure this out. I have so many questions right now. Silicone. Are these raw resources? Yeah. Where are the alloys? Okay. Okay, let's get one diamond. Oh, you do? Okay. Let's draw this out. It's gonna waste time for me to do it here, like this. Okay, game started. I don't care if it looks silly. I need to draw it out. It's more efficient that way. Okay, let me get started and I'll change. What is this? Okay. Here we have a nice blank window. Okay, so we're gonna have that container. Yeah, I know it looks dumb, but alright, just bear with me for now. I know there's 10. Alright, it's just the conceptual planning that I need to get done. And then I would have an auto arm here. And then it will grab it. Only one resource because I'm going to have it filtered out. And since these are different resources, it won't output into the cans unless they're empty. Oh no. See, this is why you plan stuff out. That is a risk. That is a risk. If one turns empty, you could potentially screw over the entire production line because something will go into it that you didn't want to. Okay. That means always have to be filled. Anyways, we'll grab it and then we'll have a chem labs here. See, this is the hard part. I need to be able to chem lab. I need to be able to change the input in the chem labs. That's for the production side, so we'll worry about that later. These are alloys. We have 12 alloys, so we need one more. There's 10 here, and then we got 12 here. Gonna have 2 banks of auto arms. And then when I push the button, it'll just route it out. Let me erase this real quick. Oh, I can just do this. No. There. Why did it fill it with red? Oh, because the background's red? Yeah. It's okay. Okay, well, that's easy. Then I gotta design the back end. Let's add a new layer. Okay, well, the front end is easy. It's the back end that I'm worried about. So if you have that container here, container setup that we have with the MRCs, so we got input stuff in right here, right? And it would have to output from the chem lab. See, this is hard. How do you design this without without going crazy? Each chem lab can only output one thing, and each canister represents one resource. That's an alloy. So, well, that's gonna look really weird. We need conveyor belts. we need conveyor belts. That's what we need. This is not gonna do. All right. Well, how would this even look like? Oh, this is just logistical planning for this. We have a chem lab here, right? We can get around this by having a chem lab here. It won't interfere with their build, and I'll put directly like this. Okay, but the issue is these front 3. And I have to have like a chem lab and an auto arm that can deposit straight into here, and then have a... But then how do you put the resources in there? Okay, let's worry about the 3 later. And we'll have the 2 here. And then with 2 chem labs here. That's okay. Again, this looks like gibberish, but it's helping me plan it out. These front 3 chem labs. Okay, we're gonna have to... We're gonna have to have a daisy chain of arms. So we can put the chem lab here like this. 3 chem labs. And then we'll have an arm system just ferried in this way, like this. It's not gonna be pretty, but that's easier. Because behind each chem lab is a production line. So this one can snake up. The heck? Oh, it's because I'm on a different layer. Yeah. This one can snake up this way. This one can snake this way. All right. So we'll do that. All right, we got that done. Oh. What did I do there? Okay. Okay. So for the production line, we have a chem lab. And then we need to input the gas. See? This is a nightmare. Let's say we have a chain of chem labs. You know how much easier it would be if I could just swap inputs on the chem lab with button presses? I can use logic to change the input, but that's not a thing. That's not a feature in Astroneer yet. He desperately need it though to make it save space on production lines. Okay, hold on. There's like a speck on my monitor that's bothering me. I'm trying to wipe it off. It's not going away. All right. How? We need a gas feeding system now. If you're using large platform A's, one side could be okay. It's coming to me. It's coming to me slowly but surely. All right. So we're gonna have gas storage here, and then we're gonna have an arm system that goes like this. It's gonna branch out into a buffer, and then an auto arm will drop it, and then it'll just keep going. And I'll just drop it like this. This is gonna be very tedious to design, but it'll look neat when you finish it. That means the auto arms have to be able to grab anything. How do you even control the logic behind that? This might not be doable. I want this system though. We need conveyor belts, bro. Alright. These are buffers. This is not gonna work. We'll have to scrap that. But this is the resource production line side. Well, it doesn't matter which side you use. So we're gonna have to deposit the resources that we need. So then we need raw resource storage. Or refined. We'll call it refined. Refined metals, etc. have to be output this way. See, like, how do you design this system to go like this efficient? You know what I'm saying? With the gas, I need buffers, and I need to transport it down. I don't understand how you would do this from one storage that houses all the resources. No, let's go back to the game now. Let's go back. We'll figure this out. Switch to the game feed. Okay. Should take a few seconds, a bit slow. Yeah, I have no idea how to do that. Let's start riffing. Let's brainstorm a sesh right now. See, this is the part that takes forever. Just figuring stuff out and tweaking it is easy enough because once you have it built, it's just a matter of taking things out or adding things in to make the input and output sort of match close together. But designing something from scratch takes frickin' forever. Shredder. No, Chem Lab. Yeah. Brain Trooper, like a stormtrooper. Good one, Grave. That's I got that pun. I might steal that. That's a good one. We need a puns command. Later levels has a puns command. Okay. I would like to see some features for automation. Let me make a note of this so I can ask them later when Joe's streaming. They ignored me though. I'm sad. just want to know. It's because these features would help for automation. The first feature we need. Hold on, I'm losing my voice. All right. Sorry about that. The first feature we need is to be able to lock storage units to one resource. Right. A storage unit can lock to one resource. Like auto arms. So how you could do that is you could have a slot on top of each storage unit, and then, or on the side somewhere. Like canisters are already by design locked to one resource, but you can have a slot on the medium storage silo, and you put a resource on there, and it'll only accept that. Stealth Starship Trail is beautiful. Nice, dude. You know, I have to grind more the points, the premium currency. Not the premium currency, because you can't buy it. What's the in-game currency that you buy cosmetics with again? I forgot. I'm getting old. I'm starting to forget a lot more often. I think I'm just sleep deprived, but anyways, that's how I would design it. You could just make a simple change there. Anyways, we have to lock resource, or I mean storage units to one resource, because auto arms cover a large area, and it would be the easiest solution rather than locking an auto arm to a specific storage, which would also be very handy. Quicksilver, thank you, Grape. I couldn't remember. The second thing is being able to change inputs. Change inputs or state on modules. Alright, that means we can just use one chem lab and have the button repeater change through the resources here. That would be incredibly handy because you only need one, or you need less. You need way less, and your production line is smaller and tighter. The third thing we need are conveyor belts. We don't need trains. Trains would be cool, I guess, but we need conveyor belts for automation, so we can carry and dump resources without having to need storage. That is a very, very important thing. We need to be able to dump resources out, and so far, only very few things can do it. Basically, the shredder will dump scrap out, where it used to, if the storage is full, I just used to poop it out. I don't see it doing it here. I'm not sure if it's because there's no storage unit attached to it. I'm gonna have to check that out later. Mental note to myself, I'm probably gonna forget. But yeah, very few things just drop resources to the ground. Thumpers will do it when they're full. And that's pretty much it. So we need a way to carry and dump resources. So conveyor belts would be very handy, especially if you're working with a large amount of resources. And you need that transported. Alright, because if I had a conveyor belt system with gas, so what I was designing before, where I would have like a production line, a ferry. If I had like a river of gas flowing around my production line constantly, and then I'm just picking it up, because the auto arms can filter resources, that would be incredible. Is it just me, or the missions for 250 Quicksilver? You named your living ship Elon Musk? That's a good one. I think the regular rate at which you get Quicksilver is like 250. And then the weekends, you can get missions that give you 1,000. So they make it pretty easy if you do the community missions on the weekends. I gotta start grinding that. I think that's what I'll do. I will grind community missions on the weekends, and if new content comes out, I'll check that out. So that way I can always play No Man's Sky. If I don't force myself to stream it, I won't play it. It's 450 now? Oh, that's... Actually, I don't remember, Grape. 250 sounds right, though. Is there 1,001? There should be 1,001 for the weekends. Unless they lowered 1,001? I don't know. Okay, let's design this though. So how do we ferry gases to a bunch of different chem labs? That's the question we need to answer right now. I'm gonna have 2 of these set up. Next to each other. One, it doesn't matter which side, one will be dedicated to gas, the other will be dedicated to the resources. Alright, we can try, let's try something that uses gas. Hydrazine is a good one. You haven't seen the weekend ones in a while? Really? They got rid of it? Oh no. That was the fastest way to grind it. Okay, ammonium, hydrogen, silicone. Oh, we do need a storage full of alloys too. It just gets more and more complicated. I need a feedback loop so the resources I create go back into the storage until it's topped off, and then when it's filled, it just goes into whatever I need. So that how do I design this? I need help. It's honestly harder than playing Dark Souls. I love this part of games though, like creating something from nothing when you have no idea. Like, I don't look at other people's builds. When I used to stream, people would give me tips and hints, and I really liked that, where they're like, you should try this, you should try this. It felt like a collaborative effort with the people watching you, and you're building it together, and the product ends up being way better than you could have done by yourself, because there's a lot of input. But when you're doing it by yourself though, it's really hard, because you're like trying to solve a problem, and you just have to think about it for a very long time. It's pretty fast now, 1K2 missions. Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Okay, we have to design a transfer system from a central storage location, because I'm not going to build individual storages. That's really dumb. Per chem lab, that's really dumb. I'm not going to do that. Alright, we have to space this. Actually, yeah, we have to space it out, because auto arms are dumb. They'll just dump it everywhere. Alright, let's try to get this running. Let's have a stockpile of arms, and this is my favorite platform, by the way, for auto arms. I know they have auto arm platforms, but they're not really useful for production because you can't angle them the way that you want. And also, you can only fit one auto arm. I need multiple in close proximity. So, alright. So that'll load the resource, and this will load the gas. Okay. Now we have to figure out how to transfer it from central storage. So it should be backwards. I'm just brainstorming here because I have no idea how to fix this problem, to be honest. Okay, that should not load here, but you can't tell by the circle. That's why I don't like the auto arm user interface. It's very deceiving. You would think that this won't load here, right? But it will. It will. So you gotta space it out quite a bit. It's another painful thing about auto arms. See, like here, if I put it here, it's entirely possible it may dump it here. You just can't tell. Okay. I'll have to space it out a little bit more, just to be on the safe side. This is why I wish you could either do one of two things. Lock the storage container to one resource. We could use MRCs, I guess, to fix that problem. But I need 2 resources for alloys. So that's the problem with MRCs. It can only hold one thing I can only input or output one at a time, so I need a silo. My idea was to have a tether that would come out of the auto arm, labeled input and output, and you would attach it to things like this silo here, and you can say this is your only output. So when you're in the tethered mode, it'll only output the thing you're attached to. That's gonna be a little bit hard to program, so it'd be a lot easier if you had a slot on the top here where you put a resource in, like the auto arms here. Just filter. So if you plug in a resource, you're like, this is the only thing you can accept. Now it'd be useful if you could do it with more than one resource, but that'll be for another time. Okay, so it's gonna look something like this. It's gonna be a long line of chem labs. And then the question is, how do we transfer the gases over? The spacing has to be more to do a conveyor belt system. So we can do the gas here, and we can do the resources here. We need some sort of... That's not gonna work though. See, we're already running into issues. This is too far away. Conveyor belts would fix this problem. And a very, very easy solution. Okay, well, let's try to design the resource part then. How do we ferry this over? It's not gonna work. I'm kind of stuck right now. Might have to sleep on it. I think this part is probably gonna take the longest time. What's the easiest solution? Occam's razor, right? Want to hear something really dark? I never said sure, Grave. I never said sure. What? How do I do this? Alright, first let's create a resource bank of... So we need alloys too. See, this is why it gets super complicated. Alright, let's kind of simulate this real quick. Which one is this set to? Nanocarbon? We're gonna do that last. Actually, it doesn't matter, but... The silicone, resin quartz, and methane. And we'll do hydrazine. Okay. Okay, let's look up and get some resin. And fill that up. Yeah, all animals on your home planet are extinct but birds. Wow. Maybe there was like a ground level event which killed everything on the ground, but all the birds escaped. That could be a thing. Or maybe you're just driving around and you just killed all the animals on the ground with your car. That could also be a thing. Okay, we're gonna get quartz, right? Yeah. It was called an update, really? Wow. That's kind of funny. What's the lore behind this? Okay, now we need methane. Gas can. The gas can man. Alright. Some extenders. Oh, extenders is in small, I think. Yeah. Should be in backpack though. Oh, where'd the arm go? Did I not print it? I don't know. I'm getting tired. I'm tired now. You need to keep your... What happens if you don't feed your pet? Will it die? I'm asking for a friend. And we need methane, right? Do faster go backwards? Okay. It won't listen to you. Oh, okay, I'm okay with that. Okay, we got our resin. Oh, ammonium now. Alright. Oh. Okay. That one is done. Oh my god. Okay. We need another ammonium. Alright, let's fill that up. And then we need hydrogen. I don't even know how this is gonna work, to be honest. This part is probably gonna take the longest to plan out. It's the hardest part. If I can make something that's really small, is a small footprint and really efficient, I'm gonna be proud of myself. It's probably gonna take many hours to do it though. So I keep forgetting that the canisters are next to the auto arm. Just keep forgetting. And we need hydrogen now. Okay. I think designing it on paper is probably gonna take the shortest amount of time, but it's hard for me to brainstorm without being able to play around with the units, the modules and everything. It's almost time. It's almost 2 p.m. I gotta call it quits, go eat lunch, and I'll be back with some No Man's Sky. Okay, we'll wait for that. This one's done now. So this is what I need to get into this chem lab. And I don't want to have separate storages for everything. How would I do this from a central storage area where everything's located? How would I get the resources down to where I need it to go? In an efficient way, with the smallest footprint as possible. See, the problem is if I have MRCs just standing here, right? Let's just say I have it like this, and this arm just grabs both of these resources. I'm not gonna filter it. This one will grab the gas and dump it here. And then they get empty. I need a way to put the resources back in, so I'm gonna develop a complex. Or I guess, no, yeah, see, if it's not a resource, I can just have a crafting station behind each canister. And it'll just load when it's empty or not full, and it'll stop when it's full. And that's a little bit tedious, but it's doable. The problem is you're gonna have alloys coming up next. So you're repeating the resource creation step, which is unnecessary and a waste. You could do with scrap though. I could have the resources come from trade platforms. Even with alloys, it's not too big of a deal. That I don't want to do that though. I want it to be efficient. When will we be able to pet the space worms? That's a great question. Sorry I didn't reply to that earlier. Yo, if you could ride a space worm, that'd be amazing. Okay. Oh, I don't have OBS up. There we go. Yeah, I don't know how to do this, to be honest. I think I'm just gonna call it quits here. I can't figure it out for the life of me. I gotta figure out a way to transfer from storage, a central storage area, and then have them split up to all the chem labs that need to go. That need those resources. I don't know how to do that right now. I can't figure it out. I don't know how you're supposed to do that without conveyor belts. Making a conveyor belt system out of arms is very annoying. Alright. I don't know, man. I'm lost. I don't know how to do this step. I'm gonna have to think about it really hard. Think about it, mess around, come up with something. This is probably gonna take the bulk of my time is figuring this out. Everything else is already pretty much figured out. If I figure this out, my production line is done, actually. Like, I have scrap production right here. It's pretty efficient. I have the material creation and delivery system. Well, actually, you know what? I can replace everything here. It would look different. I would make everything and it would go into central storage, and from there it will split up. Yeah, so I think my design process is changing. Production line for each resource. It'll still look like this, a long line, and I'll deposit it into central storage, and then from there it'll come out whatever I need. The direct resource, like resin, will go straight through, and then I'll also branch off and go into the chem labs. Be a feedback loop because I need alloys to make other alloys. Alright, that part, the general design is done. I need to figure this out though, this exact design. I don't know how to do it. I need to transfer resources to chem labs from a central storage area with some sort of conveyor belt system made out of arms, which is going to be the most efficient way to do it. See, if I could stockpile resources on the ground, that would actually make it very handy. If I had just a pile of resources, like a pit, or a conveyor belt system. If you guys have been to a conveyor sushi place, just going around you the entire time and you pick what you want, that's what I want right now. Conveyor belt resources. I can't. It's hurting my head. How do I do this? See, just pretend all of these are like in the same general area, and then I need to get it from here. I need to get it from here to over there. Alright, see you later, Grape. I'm actually gonna call it quits in 3 minutes. I'm gonna end at 2 p.m. and take a lunch break. And I'll come back. Okay. This is the design problem we face now. Central storage is way better. It's way better than... Yeah, you'll be too redundant if you design a production line for every chem lab. It doesn't make sense. It makes sense to design a production line that feeds into central storage and have that feedback in, so... I can't think of anything right now. How would you do this? How would you do this? I am starting to see something, but it's gonna be very big. We're gonna have to use canisters and MRCs. The platforms will be at a risk to get overrun with different resources, but I'm starting to see something here. That's the wrong thing. A vision is forming in my head. Okay, this will be the starting point, and then... No, but it'll keep running. That's the problem. That's another problem. It'll keep... I need a very small resource canister that fits one. Exactly one. I know that's a weird request, but that's what I need right now. Is there a platform that can fit one? I think this is the smallest. Oh man, okay. This... Yeah, I need storage that you can lock to a specific resource. Anyways, see if it can kind of... This is gonna be hard, dude. I don't understand, man. So I'm just envisioning a system that splits off, but the problem is it's very not space efficient, if you see what I'm doing here. So basically, you're making a conveyor belt system using Alright. So it's a conveyor belt system. It just ferry it down, and if the chem lab needs it, it'll deposit it there. But you can see the problem with this design because I need to do that for every single resource. And for me to save space, I need to overlap. And then the resource might get deposited here. Like let's say a resin gets deposited here, but this is the methane line, so the resin won't leave. So it'll just block my production line. I'll just stall it permanently. That's why I need a canister that is only one, that can only hold one, because I need a way to lock platforms and storage to resources. I need that to make this work. Well, this design work. So we're not gonna use this, but you know, this is one way to do it. So like methane will be going here, this arm will pick it up and drop it off here, I'll drop it off here until it's full, and then it'll stop. And this arm will pick it up and keep transferring over, and when it's not being used, it'll stall it because it'll be full. So that's one way. So if I have methane here, I'll just put another arm and just go this way. But you have to do that for everything. So like, as you can see, I don't have the space for that. It's gonna be a really big production line, and I don't want to do that. I need something smarter, I need something cleaner, something tighter, and I can't really think of that right now. That's the design challenge we're facing right now. Everything else was basically me building off of what I did before, what I had down, and this is the hardest part. It's the distribution chain for resources that I need to figure out. I have alloy production down. I can do nanocarbon alloy. I can make RTGs. That's easy. From soil to scrap, I automated that. It's load balanced too. I have a video on that, so I have proof of that build. But this is the real challenge. If you can figure this out, you can up your production game. All right, I'm gonna have to call it quits here. Let me say my thanks and get it out of here. I need to make a bot to take care of this stuff, but I made one for Twitch. I gotta make one for YouTube now. At the end of the stream, I'd like to thank anyone who dropped by and chatted, because I appreciate it. We got Zago Jovanovic, also known as Grape315 Hungry. Thank you for dropping by, dude. I appreciate all the support, man. We got Yoshi Gamer 1203. Thanks for dropping by, Yoshi. You have Coco LOL. Thanks for dropping by. Being very responsible and studying on a Saturday. That's awesome, dude. I'll love to see it. I wish I was that responsible when I was a younger person. I would have accomplished more earlier. Anyways, we got Argus X77. Thank you for dropping by, as always, dude. Always appreciate the support. Okay. Alright, that's it. I think I covered everyone. If I missed you, apologize. I'm just scrolling through chat and reading the names. I need a bot to keep track of that. Thankfully, I'm small enough where I can see all the names. Alright. So today we finished the scrap production, which is in a pretty good place. We have the general production for each resource down. The problem is I need to work on the alloys. For that, I need a distribution method and a chain. Conveyor belts would make it easy, but we don't have conveyor belts. Conveyor belts of arms have a lot of problems that you gotta work out. Also, it takes up too much space. So yeah, I don't know how I'm gonna do this part. We need to figure this out. This will be my next crowning achievement for Astroneer that I'm gonna be proud of. My first one was the medium wind turbine production line. That one is very efficient. Now if I can come up with a distribution chain that is space efficient, I'm gonna be proud of that. I'm gonna end here. Yeah, I'm gonna go eat lunch and then I'll come back. Probably stream some No Man's Sky for a little bit. I want to check out the pet update. Alright, I'm gonna call it here, folks. Thank you so much for dropping by and watching. I really do appreciate it. If you guys want to see anything at all, just feel free to let me know. Drop a comment. I'll do my best to make that. Alright, and as always, hope you guys are staying safe and sane out there. And I'll catch you guys next time. Gonna end the stream.